Get back, yeah, get back. Get back. That's a perfect song. So welcome to the 10th annual tribute to John Lennon and the Beatles. And we, Doug Wilson and I, Doug on the guitar, and I started this between the two of us about 10 years ago. So this will be the 10th year that we've done it. And we've picked up extra hands and extra feet and extra voices and extra hearts along the way. So now we are what you see here. And the reason we do this is to essentially to exercise the pain or the wound of the death of John Lennon, which for some of us who remember the time, it's one of those moments as indelible as the, say September 11th or the assassination of John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King Jr. So, welcome. This is what we do. Are you ready? And we will have a, for those of you who haven't been here for one of these before, there will be interludes of poetry in between some of the song sets. So it's a little bit of poetry, but really a lot of music. And we'll go as long as we can until they throw us out at 3:30. All right. Are we ready? Da 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 da. Is there anything that you want? Is there anything I can do? Well, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got everything that you want, like a heart that's oh so true. Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got arms that long to hold you and keep you by my side. I got lips that long to kiss you, keep you satisfied. Is there anything that you want? Is there anything I can do? Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. Take it, Chris. I got arms that long to hold you and keep you by my side. I got lips that long to kiss you and keep you satisfied. Is there anything that you want? Is there anything I can do? Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. To you, to you, to you, da 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 da. All right, how's this sound? Is it okay? Is that right? Okay. Welcome from us to you. All right. So here we go. D, key, D. Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Wait!
Wait, Mr. Postman. Mr. Postman, look and see. Is there a letter in your bag for me? Please, please, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, since I heard from that gallant line, there must be some word today from my girlfriend so far away. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a letter for me. I've been standing here waiting, Mr. Postman, so patiently for just a card, for just a letter, saying she's returning home to me. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see. Oh yeah, is there a letter in your bag for me? Please, please,
been waiting such a long time.
Oh yeah, didn't stop to make me feel better by leaving me a card on the left. So Mr. Postman,
Mr. Postman, look and see.
Oh yeah,
is there a letter in your bag for me?
Please,
Been
Mr.
waiting such a long time.
Oh yeah,
since I heard from that gal of mine.
You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, check it and see one more time for me. You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, deliver the letter, the sooner the better. You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute.
Oh yeah,
Gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, you gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Off and running, folks. Off and running. So we always start out with some earlier tunes. Like this one from Hard Day's Night. I should have known better with a girl like you, that I would love everything that you do, and I do, hey, 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 and I do. Oh, I never realized what a kiss could be. It could only happen to me. Can't you see, can't you see, that when I tell you that I love you, you're gonna say you love me too. And when I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. So I should have realized a lot of things before. If this is love, you gotta give me more. Give me more. Hey, hey, give me more. Never realized what a kiss could be. This could only happen to me. Can't you see, can't you see, that when I tell you that I love you, oh, you're gonna say you love me too. When I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. You love me too. You love me too. You love me too. This next one is a little more obscure song. It's from It's from the album Meet the Beatles, which is many of our first exposure to the Beatles. So, all I've got to do. Whenever I want you around, yeah, all I gotta do is call you on the phone and you'll come running home. That's all I gotta do. And when I wanna kiss you, yeah, all I gotta do is whisper in your ear the words you long to hear. Then I'll be kissing you. And the same goes for me. Whenever you want me at all, I'll be here. Yes, I will. Whenever you call, you just gotta call on me. You just gotta call on me. Ooh. And when I wanna kiss you, yeah, all I gotta do is a whisper in your ear the words you long to hear. Then I'll be kissing you. And the same goes for me. Whenever you want me at all, I'll be here. Yes, I will. Whenever you call, you just gotta call on me. Yeah, you just gotta call on me. Oh yeah, you just gotta call on me. Oh yeah, you just gotta call on me. Ooh. Poetry interlude number 1. So we've been just playing things that are quite early in the Beatles catalog, and a couple of years ago I got fascinated by how the Beatles actually came together in the ruins of World War II in post-war Liverpool, which was quite devastated along with the rest of England. There's a book by Mark Lewison called Tune In, which is the first volume of an exhaustive Beatles biography. It's going to be about 3,000 pages when it's done. And one of the things that Mark Lewison wrote in that book is Liverpool, that great matrix of Anglo-Celtic alchemy. Now, one thing you have to remember about Liverpool, geographically, is right across the Irish Sea from Dublin. So the Beatles, amongst them, have at least two members with Irish ancestry. So there's some way that Liverpool is really the mixing place for those different magics. So I wrote a poem about the beginning of the Beatles, and it's called Post-War Sunshine. Imagine your grandparents carrying across the Irish Sea the deprivations of famine. Behind that, the cruelties of Cromwell. Imagine your parents, hand-to-mouth, scuffle in that port city, serving the commodious god of the Merseyside docks and warehouses, the merciless gospel of capital. Then imagine the war finding you again, this time Hitler pounding that hub of trade and commerce, killing thousands from the air, the living forced underground, masking their light. Imagine afterward a habitual fear of the sky. of raising too high a profile to the predators. Imagine growing into one's body in a womb that has taken in that trouble. Imagine your playground, the rubbled buildings, childhood games in the unreconstructed bummies. Later, the Teds like unexercised revenants on the mean streets of Spake, the Dingle. Yet good things still happen. Again, after a war, against the past, against the odds. Gray skies must break. Suns suggest again the contour of what was lost, what is worth recovering. Celebration not only possible again, but necessary. Families sing the louder, each member stepping up to take their turn. While the parents juggle extra jobs to feed their children, there are those children fed on music, implausibly raising the spare quid for a plywood guitar, the second-hand drum set, bussing across town to learn a new chord, rummaging the record shops for the outrageous new rock and roll import. Go back and listen to them again. The boy who lost his mother to cancer, the boy who lost his mother to the ordinary violence of the combustion engine. And you may hear in their voices, in the furious joy of their playing, in defiance of all this, their desperation and style. How they rose, each of them, from some gritty seedbed on stalks, tough and resilient enough to become the unlikely sunflowers we know them as. Each sadness tempered, who with the alchemy of song transformed the gray dross of the given, mundane strawberry field and penny lane into a gift for the world, that the sun may resume its indiscriminate work of healing the brokenness historical trauma inflicts on us, which we then inflict upon our children. Post-war sunshine. Thank you.